Thank you so much for coming.
This weekend, the Democratic Party's advocacy arm, Organizing for America, kicked off a campaign-style lobbying effort, hosting meetings across the country to build public support for the health care push.
This weekend, the White House enlisted Mr. Obama's old campaign network, organizing thousands of health care reform parties from Boston to Los Angeles.
As folks talk to their neighbors, they're going to go out and talk to their congressmen and create this urgent need for reform this year.
The health care crisis that drove many supporters to Mr. Obama's campaign is now driving them by the thousands to health care parties like this one. The question is, when they walk out, will it make a difference?
You demand health care reform now.
The president wants a health reform bill that covers all Americans on his desk by August.
Well, across the country and here in Middle Tennessee, folks on both sides spent their day arguing their case over health care reform.
I think it's very important that we do something good for the nation this summer. I think we can to cover all Americans with health insurance, to make sure that all health care is more affordable for all of our people. And I think we can use principles to do this that all Tennesseans can agree on, whether you're liberal or conservative, or Democrat or Republican.
That's Congressman Jim Cooper. He took part in a healthcare organizing kickoff event here in Nashville today. The events were organized in all 50 states by the Democratic National Committee in support of President Obama's plans to pass healthcare reform this year.
Well, a grassroots effort to change our nation's healthcare system is underway right here in Metro Atlanta. The group is called Organizing for America. The local kickoff was held this evening in Decatur. Similar groups are meeting throughout the country. Members say our nation's current healthcare system is broken and needs an immediate fix. That's the message they want to send to Washington.
Healthcare is one of the three issues that President Obama is working on this year, and it was one of the things that I strongly believe got him elected, because healthcare is something that we all want to see improved, no matter what party you're in.
Well, the group claims that 45 million Americans are currently without health insurance.
Community gatherings across the country aimed at building support for health care reform. WZZM 13's Angela Cunningham went to one of them here in Michigan and has their story.
It was a small crowd that met at this Rockford coffee shop Saturday to discuss problems with the nation's healthcare system.
This should be packed. This should be a huge stadium filled with people.
But what they lacked in size, they more than made up for in determination.
Action and energy create results.
This session was among the tens of thousands held across the country, several of them here in West Michigan.
We will seize this historic opportunity to finally fix what ails our broken healthcare system.
They got words of encouragement from President Obama during an internet address as they set out on a grassroots mission to help fix a system they say is badly broken.
My brother died from cancer. My mother died from cancer. They had no health insurance, so no care. Nobody, would help them.
Eileen Rios is among the many people who shared personal stories, like having an insurance plan so overpriced she could barely afford to use it.
Well, close to $900 a month. And that was outrageous.
And when she came down with pneumonia and a collapsed lung earlier this year, she says it nearly broke her.
So that cost me, $151,000. Yeah. And then I had to have that infusion for $10,000.
When you have an American going bankrupt every 30 seconds due to a healthcare related circumstance that happens in their life.
The groups are documenting as many stories like this as they can to take to Congress. They hope when lawmakers hear them, they'll vote for change.
They're going to do what their conscience tells them to do, and they were voted in. We've got too many people in this country right now that are suffering.
In Rockford, Angela Cunningham, WZZM 13 News.
Tonight, some Atlanta residents are getting ready to fight for better health care for your children. We found this group at a home in Northeast Atlanta listening to a taped address from President Obama and discussing ways to reform health care. It's part of the president's agenda for change. This was one of many kickoff events for the project called Organizing for America.
This would be a good opportunity to support the president, to let our legislators know that we think that we need a national health plan, and as well as to continue to work together as volunteers to improve children's health care in Atlanta.
President Obama says he wants health care reform this year.